that's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what does she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
Steve has said some smart shit over the years, but this isn't one of them. What does she bring to the table is actually a fair question nowadays, especially with these modern women. And trust me, a vagina and a womb might be a very special thing, but it is not unique. Look at you, Steve. Look at you, just putting pussy on a pedestal as if it doesn't litter the earth in abundance. A good woman will make a good man into a great man. The problem in society nowadays isn't young men asking women what they bring to the table, because that's generally a question women ask first. What can he provide for me? Yes, it is a man's job to protect and provide for his woman, but many of these modern women simply do not deserve that. The problem in society nowadays is that men do not have standards. Not only for the men they ought to become, but also for the women they ought to have. Men are the backbone of society, and men without standards are simply simps, losers, or yes men. Take your pick of what you want to call them, but these weak men are pathetic and they are the downfall of society. These are the same losers who demand participation trophies. These are the same losers who fuel whore culture, funding women on the internet and perpetuating this state of cyber prostitution. They are the mass shooters who got rejected one too many times due to the fact that they never learned how to make friends or how to talk to people. They have never held themselves up against the scrutiny of a standard of what type of man they are able to become. This simple idea of being held to a standard was too much for their fragile egos to handle. They commit these atrocities. The idea of a man having standards is so demonized nowadays that they have even convinced you, Steve, that men shouldn't ask questions like, what does she bring to the table? Never mind her lack of domestic skills, unable to keep a house clean and disease-free and prepare a good meal for you and your children. Never mind if a woman is morbidly obese that shows clear signs of lack of self-control and sinful amounts of gluttony. Never mind her lustful ways, which has led her to countless men's bed, unable to please even one of them enough for him to keep her around. Never mind that she has indulged herself in risky behavior that could have put her sexual health at risk, and in turn put your health at risk. Never mind the higher chance of infidelity and divorce. It is a man's job to build or buy a house for his family and himself, but it is a woman's job to make it a home. And with that, I ask you, what does she bring to the table for this home?